My name is Dan Roodt. I'm on a visit here to Jerusalem in Israel. I wanted to come and investigate the country and also try and win some friends for the Afrikaner people in South Africa. And I must say, I've been very pleasantly surprised by the amount of empathy and sympathy with our cause in South Africa that I've found here. Over the past few days, I've seen a number of people, and I think I've made very many friends, good friends, sincere friends. I'm also struck by the similarities between South Africa and Israel. I think in some of my writings I've already commented on those similarities, because anyone who is familiar with the notion of a clash of civilizations, as it was formulated by the American political scientist Samuel Huntington, would be struck by the fact that Israel is a civilization built in a way within the interstices of an Arab-Muslim region, and that in itself causes a lot of tension and conflict. And in the same way, the Afrikaners in South Africa, who are of European descent and a Western Christian nation, live on the African continent, populated by and large by black Africans, and many of whom see us as it were, people who do not belong on that continent. So we also live within a kind of a fault line of civilizations in South Africa. Of course, Israel and South Africa, or the Afrikaner leadership there, have taken two very different routes in resolving this tension and conflict that manifest themselves in those two countries. In South Africa, the de Klerk government actually surrendered to the radical black nationalist ANC South African Communist Party COSATU alliance, which caused us to lose all political power and influence in the country. On the other hand, Israel has stood firm on its positions. It is not prepared to allow a Palestinian homeland under conditions that would be inimical to its own security. And for that, it is being criticized heavily by the international press and the international media. And one finds that whereas before South Africa used to be a scapegoat for certain Western journalists, Israel is now the sole remaining scapegoat of some of these media people who are not always honest and fair in their reporting on the difficulties pertaining to the Middle Eastern region, and especially to the Israeli situation. Just as before, there used to be a lot of bad faith in the presentation of the South African reality to a worldwide audience. So I would say that if I've got any message for Israelis, it is at all costs avoid a capitulation. Also, be very suspicious of your own leadership. We've had the experience in South Africa that our leadership actually, without properly consulting the nation and especially the Afrikaner people, went ahead and took some very radical decisions